Listen up, Agent. The following briefing is brought to you by From the Helicarrier, your #1 news source for Marvel's Avengers Alliance, and the Marvel Avengers Alliance Wikipedia. Welcome back, Agent. Today, I'd like to introduce you to a hero that is one of the best to recruit for any newcomer to the Alliance, as his skills and magic as well as his offensive and defensive abilities make him useful at any point of your career. He's a master of magic and one of the smartest men alive. He's the one and only Doctor Strange. Once a great neurosurgeon with even a greater ego, Dr. Stephen Strange was humbled when he ended up in a horrible car accident that shattered his hands, leaving him unable to conduct surgery after he healed. Desperate for a way to heal his hands, he searches the world for a cure, eventually leading him to a hermit known as the Ancient One in the Himalayas. It is there, after protecting the hermit from his previous discipline, Baron Mordo, that Strange is taught the ways of the mystic arts. Since then, Strange has served as Earth's Sorcerer Supreme, greatest spellcaster in the land, and one of the Earth's most powerful defenders. Needing only 23 points to recruit him to the Alliance, the good doctor starts out as the Blaster class. Should you wish to spend the extra command points, you can grab him in his more modern costume that allows him to become a tactician, as well as giving him an extra passive ability. You can also pick up the modern costume that allows him to retain his Blaster class, while still getting the extra effects. Doctor Strange has one major passive, called Sorcerer Supreme. Every time an enemy attacks, Strange has an incredibly high chance to gain a stack of mystic energy. Not only does this regenerate his stamina for every stack he has, should it reach 3 stacks it transforms into Power of Principalities, which allows Strange to use every skill except his first as a quick action. You can continue to gain stacks of mystic energy after this point, though the previous Principalities effect will need to be consumed before another can be gained, limiting you to 2 stacks of mystic energy. His second passive from his modern costume is called Defender, which has 2 separate effects. The first is a shield known as the Light of Seraphim, which has a chance of appearing around yourself and your allies when attacked, protecting you from damage. The second effect Defender has is an ability to enhance Doctor Strange attacks, which we'll go over as we get to them. Doctor Strange's first skill is the Bolts of Balthak. Focusing energy into his hand, Strange fires out a surge of magical energy at the enemy, granting him a stack of mystic energy. If you're in his modern outfit, this also places Bane on the enemy he hits. Of all of his skills, this is the only one to not become a quick action through his Sorcerer Supreme passive, so use it if you're lacking mystic energy stacks or wanting to do a bit more direct damage to the enemy. Tessering Boost, Strange's second skill, is a heal for all of his allies, which grants them a portion of their health when initially applied, and then a smaller portion of their health the round afterward. Despite this effect being found on several other heroes, Doctor Strange is the only one who's guaranteed to grant the effect in battle. Time your use of his heal well so as not to lose the effect against buff removing foes. His third ability, the Vapors of Voltor, is a catastrophic attack that will hit all enemies while also placing the Dark Void debuff on them. Should you be in his modern outfit, this attack will also place Bane on every foe as well. This ability alone is one of the best ways for Doctor Strange to be an offensive threat, especially when paired with his magic-using allies. What's more is that the skill has no real cooldown, meaning it could be used multiple times in succession should you have the energy. The Shield of Seraphim, Doctor Strange's last ability, is an upgraded version of his Defender passive, allowing him to cast a shield on his allies manually. This shield is much stronger than the passive one though, the amount it protects equaling to about half of Doctor Strange's maximum health, making your teammate that much more durable during the fight. Try and focus on using this shield against enemies with high power, since it does very little against damage over time effects. Going over empowered ISOs, Doctor Strange has 2 that he can currently use. The Enchanted EISO grants his first skill the Exploit Attrition effect, allowing him to work much better alongside teammates that grant additional dots on the enemy. Should you want a more immediate damage from the Sorcerer, this is the one you would want to go for. The Siphoning ISO, which grants Strange the Mystic Funnel passive, can make him frightfully strong. With this new passive, every time Strange gains the Power of Principalities, he also gains a stack of Siphon Powered, which grants him an increase to all of his stats other than health and stamina. While it doesn't give him the immediate damage of the other ISO, there are a few things that can fight Doctor Strange once he's got 5 stacks of this buff. With just a single AISO to his name, Strange's Phasing ISO makes it so that his Shield of Seraphim ability places astral form on his teammates. This turns everyone on the Doctor's team into a phasing threat. This also makes the skill into something that was limited to being solely defensive in nature to something that can be used offensively as well, which fits Doctor Strange the best. When on my team, Strange uses the siphoning ISO while in his Tactician Modern costume. The reason for this is because the amount of extra turns he can get through his passive and class both hastens the effect of the ISOs he has equipped. I also equip him with 5 reactive chaotic ISOs, with the remaining 3 being reactive deft. This gives him a bit more rounded stats to help him survive a bit better while also allowing him to hit harder and keep his stamina up more to do so. Please keep in mind that this is only a suggested build and you can equip Strange yourself any way you see fit. As a hero, Dr. Stephen Strange is one of the best for starting agents to recruit first. He does good damage, he heals, he can protect his allies with shields, and he can also get a lot of extra turns to do all this multiple times. His versatility is his strength, making him a fantastic hero to have in your force. Next time, we'll be going over the effects we saw in Strange's attacks that we have not gone over yet. One that allows you to hit your foes regardless of their agility. There are just some attacks you can't dodge.